All right, welcome back to this lovely video. Welcome back from the break, and let's continue. So we have now 865 subscribers. Please continue subscribing, and then please hit the notification bell so that we can have any new video sent over to you. I promise you, for this project we must develop a mobile application, and we shall be developing it with Vue with native script. Okay, native script is a very good tool. And then more is to come. There is Ionic. There are many things. There are many more. There is React Native. So please subscribe so that you get all that. I also will have a project with GraphQL, with React, and Express. So keep on. We shall see what to do. So this project is going to be open to the world, and I want to have a working prototype. All right, so let's go ahead, and here we are. So with our panel, okay, I think it's going to log out because of the sessions. No, it's not what it has done. So I want now to go ahead and fill in with the lower panels what we should have in the feeds panel. Okay, all right, so I need to log in because the session has expired. So I'm going to log into, okay, I have one called any user. Okay, so let me log into that. The previous one had 0 because from the table that person actually has 0. So let me also make sure that I have a PHP, my admin running. Okay, when I go to layers, remember this, that's a dashboard. When I go to layers, okay, there we go. All right, so we're going to go to update feeds, and then we add a form, and then also update water. So we can add a form for the feeds that will check on the feeds, and then the price for the feeds, because we need to record both, okay, for the overall season, and then update them. And then we shall also record the water and then the price for the water. In any case, if you have all that indicated, the water stocked, okay, because it will be used for the whole season. So which means it can only be done at that particular time. And then we can also make sure that you do not press that button by mistake by checking whether the button is empty. So we can make sure that both the feeds and the price are all included, and also add a warning button. And if that warning button goes on, then the records are taken. So I've not used the states yet. I'm still using the form. So the records, which means if we go to the dashboard, the records may not be updated as such, or the calculations into the dashboard, or multiple records if need be used. Okay, yet we may need to, for example, indicate the records general, and then once we make an update, it updates overall at a go. All right, so we're going to go to our feeds panel, and then we include some sort of what to the feeds panel. Then we include some sort of a form to be filled in. All right, so I'm going to put this aside. I'm going to try to minimize this, and then I come to our part for the feeds panel, and then I see what we can do. And then I think for the eggs, the same can be done. So let me go to the feeds panel, and then I include a form. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and create something that will give us alerts or something of the sort. So the first thing we're going to do, if I press onto the update button, you see it loads again and comes back to the layers. So which means we must find a way of making sure that it, a crook, of making sure that it does not load, okay? So what do we do? So we're going to go to our code here in our form, and we include this, that at submit dot, okay, at submit, it should do something, but we're going to prevent. Submit.prevent. Those of you who know JavaScript, you know how we prevent the auto-loading of the form. So at submit.prevent, so let me right-click here and choose to inspect, and then click on console. So when I click on update right now, okay, there is a crook here. When I click on update right now, you can see it no longer loads the page, okay? Okay, I had to chase away the roster. I think it's now at a great distance. All right, so you can see that when I click, it no longer loads the page. So I'm going to go ahead with our code. Now I include now the function that is supposed to meet. So the function can be, let's say, change, the usual put on submit, but let me see, on change feeds. On change feeds, let's say, let me call it that, like that. All right, so this time around, if I click, we're supposed to get an error, okay? And that error is saying that it cannot get the on handler of the change feeds, okay? So the property here on change feeds is non-defined. All right, so I'm going to go, which means we need to go and make sure that this method is actually present. Okay, so we're going to go and put here the method on change feeds, okay? And then I want to make sure that the method actually renders well. So I'll do a console.log. Okay, so console.log, and then I can give it a tag. So the tag can be feeds, okay? And then the message, feeds function loaded. So let me give it a tag of feeds. Hope that's the right way to write the tag. So this is the word function. Okay. So which means if we click on our button, okay, it is giving us feed function loaded. All right, so which means we are right to go and we can get anything. All right, so I'm going to create an array object here, and I call it maybe new feeds. And then it will be an array, and inside that array we're going to add the values now, okay, the object. So the first thing should be maybe new feeds, okay? So the first thing should be new feeds. Let me take off this because we're going to come back to it. New feeds, and then what it has. So it can be new feeds. By the way, this is new feeds. New feed, okay, and then what it has, then a comma, and then new amount, new feed amount, okay, and then what it has. All right, so to access this, okay, for us to access this and put it down, for example, if I give this new feed amount, new feed weight, let it be new feed weight. If I give this new feed weight, let's say 500, kgs, okay? How to access it here, okay? Let's say at the top, I can put a small label for that can be empty, and then I put the new feeds. So I do new feeds, okay, dot the property now it has. So which means it should be new feeds, but let me show you. So you can see that now here is the array. So it has two fields or two IDs, which is ID 0 and ID 1. So which means I must go into the array and look for ID 0, okay? So which is new feed weight, okay? Then to get the amount, okay, of the new feed weight, I must go ahead and add it as a concatenation, okay? So if I load, so it will be showing 500 kgs. But that's not what we need, however. But however, we can reflect it that way. But I really don't think that's what we need. So this is going to be empty for the moment. Okay. So I just needed to show you how the vbind will be able to access. Okay, so let me go ahead and look at the function now. Okay, so let's grab something, and we grab that something by adding a vbind. I'm going to leave this label here, and then we see what we get from the vbind.